Reverb Experiment Podcast. We are back, episode number 69.
Let's go. We back in the building.
Woo!
It's been a while. I know y'all missed us.
Yo, we up late night on a Friday night. Drake and Kendrick just made our nights.
They going at it, boy.
It's like Civil War out here. I don't know what's going on, but we gonna just get right on into it.
Man.
So while we was recording, Drake dropped a bombshell. What was it called? It was called Family Matters.
Family Matters.
I ain't heard that Drake. I ain't heard Drake like spit like that in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while. Somebody in the comments said Kendrick making Drake rap good again, and Drake is making Kendrick drop consistently again.
That was man. Okay, hold on. I gotta rewind. First of all, welcome to the Reverb Experiment Podcast. This is G_Focus. We got Stefdotnet to my left.
What's good? If you were wondering what we was getting into today.
Yeah, I'm sorry. If you wonder what we're getting into, first of all, we've been on a little hiatus. I've been taking care of my son. He's been in and out of the hospital. For those of you who know, he's dealing with cancer. So that's why there's been a hiatus. So I'm sorry that we've been gone, but I'm not sorry because I'm going to take care of family first.
Period.
Now, some housekeeping. First of all, on the episode today, as you guys can see that we're hyped, we are going to be talking about, obviously, the exchange between Kendrick and Drake. Mm-hmm. It started off with Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Rick Ross, but obviously the focus is the main event, is the heavyweights, is Drake and Cole, right? We're also going to talk about Amanda Seales and her self-diagnosis.
An interview on Club Shay Shay.
And we are also going to have a relationship goals at the end of the episode. So for those of you guys that like our content, that want to comment, please subscribe, help us out with the channel. We also take donations.
Donations. Gifts.
So any way that y'all can help support, we definitely appreciate it. If you're watching on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, however, please share. I heard that they're giving the Facebook real bonuses back again, so y'all gotta help us out. Cause look, I need money. I've been giving blood the last 2 months, giving plasma.
I'm done with you.
I got OT in the morning. Look, I need some money, man. It is rough times out here in these streets,
man.
So let's just go get into it, because I know people are, hey man, they just dropped after drop. But I like it like this. So we're not gonna give no lyrical breakdowns. We ain't gonna give no decoding of the Da Vinci Code, right? Because Kendrick is very cryptic. And even if we try, I'm not gonna be able to get all of the intricacies and the double entendres, the triple entendres, and things of that nature.
Because I'm going to listen once and move on with my life. I ain't finna be up here decoding and writing think pieces. I ain't got time.
But you know what? But to an extent, they both do it. Just Kendrick does it with the album cover. Kendrick does it with the producers. Kendrick does it with, he takes it to the next level. Drake is really good at doing it within the actual music. So you got to listen a couple times. So I got to give Drake his props too. He is, as much as we don't give him the props for that, he is a king of double entendres, triple entendres, which to me, that's all we've been saying. We just want people to pay attention to the art. That's all. Right? Whether it be regular music or whether it be just competing, right? So
do you feel like this beef is reigniting the male rap side of things? Because a lot of people were saying the male rap side is kind of dead and the females was basically carrying hip hop.
The male rap side has always been relevant, just not at the top.
Okay.
Not mainstream. No.
I could agree with that.
No. And I think that's where we were saying there was always a problem, right? Because even back in the day, you always had the Ice Cubes and Commons. They went at it, right? You had the LL Cool J's and Cannabis. There was always competition, no matter whether you were mainstream or whether you were underground. So this day and age, you ain't really seen that. You ain't really seen artists at the top of their game competing. It was Drake and Meek, but Meek, I wouldn't consider Meek a heavyweight, right? So I don't know. But either way, all right. We don't need to go into the history of this. right? I'm sure y'all can YouTube, y'all can Google.
Y'all know what's up.
Right. I'm sure you guys probably got here by watching a review video. But I do want to say that obviously some of the things that we are just now finding out within the last 24 to 48 hours that we did not know. So where did this beef start from? Or not start. Where did it escalate?
Yeah.
So it escalated from first person shooter, right? We have good intel now that Kendrick was supposed to be on first person shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He declined, which then resulted in why Drake and Cole threw shots at him on that song because they felt slighted. Then that's when Kendrick came back and, you know, there's no big three, it's just big me, which then resulted in Drake responding and Cole apologizing and dropping out. And now we're just here.
Wait, I thought Cole dropped the diss first. Then he apologized for the diss.
He did. I want to focus on Drake and Kendrick though, so I'm sorry. But yeah, he dropped the diss. Then he apologized, so he dropped out. Right, but obviously Kendrick and Drake are not going to apologize.
Yeah, no, they don't come across as them types.
They not the
Especially Drake.
Drake ain't definitely apologized for nothing.
King Petty.
No, he is King Petty. So that's where we're at. So it started off with the first person shooter. That's why in Kendrick's song he says that you were sending the features and all this other stuff. But I don't even know where to start because 3 songs dropped today.
Yeah.
So 616 in LA, which is obviously a pun or playing on Drake's songs where he does the, you know, the 3 a.m. in Calabasas or whatever, right? So, and then 616 is supposedly have some cryptic meaning. So, and this is off of Twitter, so I don't know how true this is. But he said the title 616 in LA may be a quintuple entendre. So Kendrick drops the song at exactly 6:16 a.m. So he dropped it this morning. This is what, Friday, May 3rd. Just make sure that y'all listening because y'all gonna be hearing this on Monday. So there's probably maybe more disses dropped on Sunday. I don't know. The 16th of June of 2024 is Father's Day in Canada. So he's playing on the father role, right? Which we'll end up getting to that later. The 16th of June in 1972 is Tupac Shakur. That's his birthday, which, you know, Drake, I guess, bought Tupac's ring, and then the last diss he had an AI version of Tupac. So, you know, it's getting a little deeper, right? And then I guess the last one, I don't know how much I play into this one, but the 16th of June in 1994, O.J. Simpson's murder trial officially started in L.A., and then the song is a play of Drake's infamous timestamp series. So I guess that's where they're getting the quintuple.
Who be having time to research all this?
I don't know.
Twitter is like undefeated. Like
I don't know.
they could be doing so much more with their talents.
Oh, well, Black Twitter is the FBI. For sure.
That is crazy.
That's why I said
And the song just came out like 30 minutes ago.
Well, no, that was this morning.
Oh, yeah.
That was this morning.
That's crazy.
I don't have time to crack the Da Vinci codes.
Man.
Back in high school, I used to be able to listen to headphones and just
we didn't have no jobs.
Yeah, we didn't have no job. We didn't have to get it.
We didn't have nothing to do, Craig.
Okay, so, and then after that, Drake dropped Family Matters, which is a banger.
Yeah.
Right? And the one thing I got to give Drake is he will turn this into a hit song.
That's the thing that I like about him is because I'm like, I will listen to this again.
Yeah. So and that's what he was banking on. But then right after he dropped that, then Kendrick dropped what was it called?
Meet the Grams.
Meet the Grams. Okay, so
and he exposed Drake badly.
Oh my God. So look, let's just give our overall thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts that I just need to just dump because I'm not breaking down the lyrics. It's too many and it's too deep. There's too much depth because these guys are both very, very good at what they do. I will say this, though. I will say that just like a boxer, that the styles make fights, right? And these are both totally different styles, but they both are very effective at what they do. So I think it's interesting because I think what Pusha T could not do, the only person that could pull this off would be Kendrick. The only person that could like I guess call his character into question, because other artists have tried to do this. They just weren't successful. It's not the first time that we heard that his abs are fake, or that his abs are sculpted. It's not the first time that we heard that he's a deadbeat dad. It's not the first time that we've heard that he dates porn stars and all the women that he chooses are poor choices. We have, like, this is not the first time we've heard it. We just haven't heard it on this level and to the depth of what we've heard it. So I'm going to start with Kendrick. I think the thing that I appreciate with Kendrick is he's been playing chess, because he's been kind of leading up to what we heard tonight, which was, he kind of was like, look, and I'm obviously paraphrasing, but you need to check your crew. Somebody in your crew is feeding me information. And to me, that's like a game of chess, because whether it's true or not, let's say it's not true, it makes you second guess the people that are around you. You know what I'm saying? You like, okay, are you like, you kind of have to check, like, okay, who's in the studio, who's not in the studio, who knows what I'm dropping, who doesn't know what I'm dropping. And you kind of have to, like, not question out loud, but in your mind, you kind of start doubting, like, who really is here for me and who's not. Especially when you start hearing information in a record that you know didn't get out anywhere, right? So, and then when you start leaking information little by little, to the point where then now you get to the record that was dropped tonight, the Meet the Grams, where we heard he has a secret daughter, which we don't know if that's true or not. I'm assuming it's true because he put it in the record, but it could not be. Who knows? The drug use, the alcohol use, all the other things that he put in that record, which off the top of my head, I cannot remember. The main thing was the secret daughter.
I feel like the secret daughter, and then the fact of you, like, addressing this man's mother and his father about his character, I'm like,
yeah, like he basically broke down the whole family.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like
you read the whole family they rights.
I felt like it was like a therapy session. Like, so it's like,
and you literally rapped to his daughter about
him
in the future, like the trauma from her father not being there, like the disrespect.
And that's what I'm saying. So the style of it is like, it's almost like a slow cut. Like you are like breaking him down from the inside out. And you're really painting him out to be a misogynist, which we all have called him that, right?
We've been saying that.
But again, Kendrick could do it differently, because he has he is like, if you were to epitomize what the culture is of American rap, like Black American rap, you would have Kendrick, right? The from the We Gonna Be Okay, so you know what I mean? Like when you think about hip hop as a Black American artist, you think about Kendrick. Kendrick would be probably the top lyricist, right? So and even playing that,
to
like,
some people,
when you think about a hip hop lyricist, Kendrick is in that conversation. I'll probably say Cole too, right? For the culture, of the culture. But Drake is not American, so I can't put him in that ballpark or in that conversation.
Okay.
So, and we're talking generally. Everybody has their preferences. I'm just saying generally, where if you were to name 2 or 3 of the best rap artists that you believe that epitomize the culture, Kendrick would be part of that conversation. Especially LA culture. I think it's very strategic, it's very intentional, and he's been thinking about doing this for a while. Clearly.
Well, yeah, he literally put out a whole 10-minute record claiming and that he's a hater.
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate your gums because they Black. Like, he literally like,
yeah.
You hate this man bad.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
And you admitted it openly. I hate you. I don't like you. Like,
yeah. So there's
for 10 whole minutes.
This is gonna definitely, I think, again, if you're going to take Drake down, you have to attack his character. You have to. Because you can't attack anything else. You can't attack his money. Can't attack how popular he is. You can't attack his fan base. All his fan base are women that grew up on him. The only thing that you're going to be able to attack is his character and paint him out to be a bad person, which I think Kendrick did a very good job of doing that. Now, on the flip side, I think Drake has done a great job of doing what he's doing by painting Kendrick to be a hypocrite. And that's anytime you have a conscious rapper, that is typically what you're going to end up going to.
That's going to be the main hit.
Right?
Like, because if you up here, we going to be all right. but you beating on your woman at home.
Yeah. Yeah.
Been engaged since 2015. I thought they ain't married yet.
I don't know. I'll have to look it up.
That is crazy.
I don't know. So I can, and then the whole mix thing, and I know that we'll talk about that a little bit later, right? But just casting doubt. I think Drake has done a good job of casting doubt and basically calling him like a fake messiah that you claim to be all pro-black this, and that, right? And that's typically the angle. Like if I were to attack Kendrick, that's what I would attack.
What I got from what he was basically saying is like you pretend to be pro-black, but you really like white women. That's what I kind of got from what he was saying too.
And maybe we can transition into that conversation. It's a funny line. It was also a funny line when see, and I think people misinterpreted what Kendrick was saying when he said, "I don't want to hear you say nigga no more." He wasn't saying that I don't want to hear you say nigga no more because you're mixed. From what I took was, I don't want to hear you say nigga no more because you're not from the culture. You're not you're not from here. Like that's again, that's part of American culture. Now, other people took it like, well, are you saying that he can't say it because he's mixed? And I'm like, I didn't hear that.
Mm-hmm.
I think people ran with that because of what he appears to be. But, and again, because
he said that basically like, I cringe when you say nigga.
Yeah, he didn't say I cringe because you say nigga because you mixed. He just said I cringe when you say it.
Well, I mean, I think people went that route because of all of the whole white boy this and white boy that. Like in that song, he was going that same route that Rick Ross was going with the whole white boy thing of, that's kind of the main. It's the same thing that what was Nicki Minaj did to Lotto. Like as soon as somebody get in an argument with you, if you mix, they start calling you white woman, white boy, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I can't speak for mixed people, but that's usually where people go.
That's usually how people go. But Rick Ross said it, but Kendrick didn't say that though.
He did.
Kendrick didn't call him a
in
white
that
boy.
Song,
Kendrick called him a white boy.
He said the same stuff,
but he didn't call him a white boy. I'm saying he didn't bring up like he didn't say I don't want to hear you say this no more because of your skin color.
Maybe not in that line, but
from what I took from it was you're not from this cloth. You're not from this culture, but you're partaking, you're saying these things as if you are from here. That's what I got from it. Like you are from Canada. You because he even said in a couple lines, like, you ain't never done this, you ain't never, like, he was basically like checking them, like, a lot of the things that you're saying are lies. But yet, and then he was saying, even when you say the word nigga, it was cringeworthy. That's what from the line of thinking that I took from what Kendrick was saying, that's what he was saying. That you're lying about your lifestyle, that you never done this, that you never done that you're not from the culture, and it's even cringeworthy when I hear you even say the word nigga. That's what I got. I think people read into it a little bit too much. But either way, if you're going to, again, most battle raps, it's not true. Most of the lyrics that's in there ain't all. It's
saying what's gonna be a good line.
It's a stretch.
A good punchline.
It's a stretched truth or some truth to it.
But it's a conversation that was started because it was somebody put out a whole list of people that they don't want to hear say nigga, and they're all Miss Sweetie, Lotto. It was a lot of people on that list.
Well, and what's funny is Fat Joe wasn't on it.
He was on there.
List.
He was.
Well, I saw one that Fat Joe was not on there.
Oh.
And they were like, because somebody posted to me and it was like, the one person that y'all should have had on the list is this man.
Okay, but my question is this. So when it comes to being able to say the word nigga, since, I mean, we feel so strongly about gatekeeping this word, my thing is it if you grew up in the culture, it's cool, because if that's the case, then Fat Joe can say nigga.
I don't know the rules. I don't care.
I mean, that's what it's giving.
I know.
I mean, if we're going off based on Kendrick of you're not from here, you're not from, like, so.
Right, but you understand what he's doing, though. He's just trying to, again, it's a smart tactic to get the culture on your side. Because Drake has already been accused of being a culture vulture. So
I got questions.
Right.
As a full black, I got questions.
You got
because
questions.
Where do we draw the line? So if you,
I don't think
one of your parents is full black, you win. But what if one of your parents is mixed? Like, you got a parent that's half white, half black, and then your mama white.
I don't know.
Is it washed out to where you can't say nigga no more? Like, I really got questions.
Denzel had a really good clip when he was asking him about fences, and they were asking him about why did he want to have a black director, I think it was a black director or a black writer, and then he said it's not race, it's culture.
So if you're a part of the culture or you've been...
You can't say nigga if you're not... No. Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying.
If a white boy grows up in the hood, can he say nigga?
Hey, they be saying it.
They do around their friends. And if they say that in public around other people, they be checking them.
I've been in a situation where somebody was throwing that word out, and I was like, hold up. He was like, no, my dad, I ain't got time for all that.
No, we ain't got time for that.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
nah.
I don't know.
There is no rule, but for the sake of the conversation, again, what I thought Drake, Kendrick is just finding angles.
Mm-hmm.
That was an angle. And it's an angle because it's been said before that you switch cultures, that you switch different things that are hot. You hop on different trends. You hop on different records, which we've all seen it. First, it was the Bay Area. Not first, but Bay Area. Then it was the Jamaican. Then it was the Afrobeat. Like, we've seen Drake do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all black culture that he's not a part of. But at the same time, like what we were saying, can it be considered being a culture vulture? Maybe. But also, it's also highlighting that culture and putting it on a bigger platform too. So there's a benefit to it. I just don't know, where do you draw the line? And as far as saying the word nigga, to me,
I feel like the way that Drake does it though is he does not just take the sound. I feel like he does it with the artist. Like, you know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I feel like it's stealing when you just take it and try to act like you made something new.
I think in some situations, yes. I think in other situations, no. But the bottom line is, can we not experiment with music? Can we not experiment with different...
I was going to say, music is something that, to me, you can't be like, you could be a hip-hop artist, but you could only do Canadian hip-hop. Like, it don't even make no sense.
Yeah. But again, it's an angle. When you are in battle, you're going to find every angle that you can find. And that's what it is. So
no, I'm just in general, people already felt like this outside of this battle. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't make any sense to say we could accept you being a hip hop artist, but not if you do like you in this box because you're not from here.
I think what bothered people was because as an artist, you want to get a good pulse on who they are as a person. Like, who are you? And I think at some point it went from Blackberry Drake to he was very vulnerable with what was going on, till it kind of switched to being more formulaic. But again, when you have big money behind you, I mean, that's what's going to happen.
I don't know. I feel like people be thinking too hard and too deep. Do you like the song? Do you like the music? Like, it's truly that simple.
Well, I get what you're saying.
I feel like people be making it too deep.
But as a fan, when you grow up with an artist, you typically want to see them grow further. You want to see them, and that's another critique, was that Drake has not matured. And that's legitimate. That's a legitimate gripe that I've heard from a lot of Drake fans, that it's Kendrick said, he said that I see the boy, which was a play on his nickname, but I haven't seen the man yet. Which you can say in the music, or you can even say in real life, like and obviously he knew, now in hindsight 2020, that he knew that he had a secret daughter that nobody knew about. So it's a breakdown of real life character. And I think even in not the first disc, but the first full disc, Kendrick said at the end of the line, or the first, like at the first verse, he said, don't tell no lies about me, and I won't tell the truth about you. Mm-hmm. It was too many tea leaves. I guess what I'm trying to get to is, I appreciate Drake for competing, but if you know how personal it can get, sometimes it can get too personal. And it's starting to get there. We're talking about secret daughters. We're talking about having a whole therapy session, mentioning all family members. He mentioned a family member, talking about beating his wife. Like, there's a stage. I would like this battle to end.
No, we want to be entertained by other people's drama and problems, right?
No. At some point, how much more else can be said?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like everything that could be said.
I would like to hear one more record from Drake, and then I would like that to be the end of it. That's 3 rounds. That's 3 tracks each. Cut it at that. Everybody make the determination on who had the better track. And at the end of the day,
I feel like they both up right now. I feel like everybody's trying. I feel like if you like Kendrick Lamar, then Kendrick Lamar is winning. If you like Drake, then Drake is winning. Like, I just don't see nobody being unbiased with their opinion. I personally feel like I've liked both. I just didn't like that one from Kendrick. It's only one I didn't like from Kendrick, but I've liked all the songs. I feel like they both ate. Like,
it's all style, and that's what I'm saying. Drake is going
and
more.
I don't like Kendrick's style at all, but he's still
Drake is going more for I want it to be a hit song and a diss record, and Kendrick is going more for I want the lyrics to hit. Mm-hmm. Like I'm gonna maybe not have the best production, which I mean, it's still good songs, but it's not like a actual song where you're gonna hear it in the club. It's like Drake's diss record, you could probably play in the club.
He always gonna go that route.
Yeah, but back to be unbiased. Back I was saying, but Drake's angle of trying to attack Kendrick's credibility, I think, is a good angle, and the only person that can probably do that is Drake. I think that's why this battle is unique, is because the artists that are battling are the only ones that can do this to each other. Mm-hmm. The only other person I could think of that could have done it was Cole. Those 3 are the only ones that could have competed against each other and had it be equal without it being biased by their fans. Fans are still going to be biased, but they both have big enough fan bases so that way that it's kind of like it's equal.
I feel like this was a good time to come on the attack of Drake, because I feel like a lot of people, even some of his fans, is on like tired of Drake. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even with this last album, you know, with him going after Serena and Rihanna, like, I feel like a lot of people was just kind of like, man, we tired of Drake. We tired of the same old. We tired of the misogyny. Like, we already know what it is. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like his fan base is growing up. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And his fan base, like you said, is mostly women, and his fan base is growing up. So it's kind of like, and I'm a bop to it, but you know,
his content hasn't grown with it. Content hasn't grown with him. Content has not grown with this audience, and especially with him. See, but again, you got to think business minded. You're not going to, as a music artist, if you're a legacy artist, then you can. Drake is not a legacy artist. So he's going to try to reinvent himself to tie himself to younger generation, which is why he's tying himself to the Sexy Reds and all the other people that he's doing it, right? Because he's helping them out by getting them exposure, and he's getting exposure to a younger fan base. That's smart business.
I ain't mad at it. And that's why I said it. To me, it just comes down to either you like the songs or you don't. But I feel like we're in an era with social media where it's become so much deeper than that, where we're invested, like you said, in the character of who this person is and all of it. Like, it's very like all or nothing. Like, if I'm a Drake fan, I have to like every single thing that Drake does. And I'm like, no, it don't have to be that. Like, you can say Drake took a L. You can say that wasn't my, like, I don't know. I feel like it's this weird loyalty that people feel like they have to prove that they a fan. Like, no.
Well, I think it's just people don't want to tie themselves to somebody who lost. That's really what it boils down to.
I mean, but what happened? They lost, and you still like their music, and you still what? So what happens now?
Because when you're overly invested, then when they lose, then you lose. The same way that when you watch a sports team, and if your team lose, and you feel like you lost, because you see it all. Oh man, we lost this year. I'm like, nigga, we didn't lose nothing.
Yeah,
y'all lost.
And you know what? That is true, because people like I was waiting to see what you was gonna say. I ain't got nothing to say.
I'm enjoying the show.
Like,
yeah, I'm not invested. Like
I had made Drake. Like, I had posted. I said, "Can't nobody make me hate Drake. They can't. Like, if I'm gonna listen to the music, the only person that can make me hate Drake is Drake. It's truly that simple. Like, if you like an artist and you like their music, it's simple as that.
Yeah, but it kind of depends. Like with the whole Brian McKnight stuff. That makes me not want to listen to nothing else he got ever again.
Yeah, and that can happen. I was a very, very big Brian McKnight fan.
Yeah, I will never listen to another Brian McKnight song ever again.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I ain't gonna say ever again. It's making it very difficult for me to listen to.
It
another
makes you
Brian
just kind of like it's cringy when you just be like, this. He really ain't. He really ain't.
But that's what Kendrick is trying to do to Drake. I just
Yeah.
don't think anybody is big enough to do it because Drake has too much money behind him. That's really because if Drake did not have the machine behind him, this would have been done during the whole Pusha T situation. When you have too much money behind you, they're not gonna let you fall.
Yeah,
because you're too invested. There's too much money. You're paying too many families. There's too much money that's on the table. It's not gonna happen. The same way with Kendrick.
Can't nobody
Nobody's
take
gonna
Drake
let
down.
Nobody's gonna let Kendrick fall because too much money behind him.
That's all I said. I'm like, Drake is in his Beyonce era. There's no you can't do no wrong because you're already established to the point that it doesn't matter what the internet is saying.
Which is why I think it's odd that Drake is even in that arena. Like, I get it, and I appreciate him for wanting to compete, but it's like, I don't know. Like, it's almost like, bro, you're almost, and I'm not comparing him to Michael Jackson, so please do not clip this up and say, oh, they could compare Drake to Michael Jackson. You're in that realm of being able to produce hits. So who cares?
The streets care.
But the streets are not the ones that's consuming your records.
I've been saying that. And
So-
everybody's like, but hip hop, but hip hop, but hip hop. I said that with the whole, when you was saying, who was it? With the whole Usher thing, where you was like, he gotta see Chris Brown. No, he don't.
Well, no.
He don't.
No. Say, okay.
You're above.
No. But let me be clear.
Here we go.
If you are saying you are the best and you are putting it out there, then yes, you do have to compete.
Drake don't be saying he the best?
Yes, he does.
Okay, but you're still saying in the same breath he don't have to compete.
No. What I'm saying is, why do you care? Why does Drake care if it's a pride thing? So if your pride is on the line, then you do have to compete. What I'm saying is, you have gotten to a level of who cares. That's what I'm saying.
And so is
If
Usher.
Kendrick said there's no big three, there's just big me, okay. Who cares? Like, if that bothers you, then I will give him credit for at least competing. I give him credit for that because he didn't have to. But something is like, I'm the type of person that if I say I'm the best, I'm gonna go prove it. Like, if you say you're the best, go prove it. If you say I'm the best rapper, go prove it. Drake has said it multiple times. Can't nobody else fuck with me. Prove it. And he's proving it. He's ultimately in the ring doing it. So I respect that he's
So
actually
if he
doing
ignored it, how would he prove it? Because you're saying he shouldn't care.
No. What I'm saying is that he's at a level that he doesn't have to care. What I'm saying is I don't know why he does. Unless it's pride. If it's pride, then go do what you got to do. I just think Drake had a lot more to lose than he had to gain from this. And unfortunately, I think he underestimated that Kendrick was going to get inside information. And he did, which is why it's kind of puzzling to me that when he was dropping tea leaves that I have inside information and he kept going. Maybe he thought he was going to get, I don't know. I'm a little.
I mean, maybe he got more in the clip. I don't know.
Maybe he do. That's what I'm saying.
He might have
That's
something
what I'm
else in
saying.
the clip.
That's what I'm saying. It's interesting. It's a very curious, like if I knew I had dirt, I would kind of tread a little lightly.
I think he possibly could still have something in the tuck. Because why would he risk it if he didn't?
But
I hope he got something in the tuck.
I truly do believe he underestimated his own camp. And I think he truly thought that nobody was going to turn on him. Somebody turned on him. And I don't know who it is. I don't know OVO camp like that. But a secret daughter, I would think you would keep that close to your vest.
I feel like
If it's true.
Whenever a Drake diss or battle get ready to happen, we just pretty much got to expect he got a kid. Because for some reason, every time he have a little secret kid, somebody be like, oh, yeah, it's time. It's time to come at Drake.
But then what's crazy is that now who's the mother? Now that's going to start coming out. That's what I'm saying. Like, I get it, but was your pride worth exposing something you were trying to keep secret? And I'm assuming you're trying to keep it secret for a reason. Are you trying to protect your daughter? Are you trying to protect the mother? Who are you trying to protect?
What did he say the first time? I wasn't hiding my kid from the world.
I was hiding the world from my
kid.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Drake, what is going on?
That's what I'm trying to say. What Was it worth it? No.
What happened to protection?
Bro, you might have to fire everybody. Like, nigga,
But with the drugs and the alcohol involved, I guess people just out here wilding and risking their life.
See, and then that's more. Like we didn't think of that, because a lot of what Drake is successful at is kind of like it's like what did Mos Def say? That it's like shopping. Like it's comfortable, right? So we don't think of Drake as somebody that would abuse drugs and things of that nature. We think of him as witty, petty, smart, intelligent, talented, but the dark side of the things, which again, I think that's the angle that Kendrick is trying to play. We did not, as a culture, did not expect that. Did you expect that? To hear me popping pills and alcoholic and
yeah.
You expected that? Or you're not surprised by it?
From a rapper in the industry?
Nah. Not Drake that's the head of, that's the money maker for Apple. No. Am I surprised by it? No. Did I expect it?
Yeah,
No, I think expectation and being surprised by it are two totally different things. I'm not surprised by it, but I didn't expect it though. I was more shocked about the child thing.
Yeah, I'm like, that one, that's the one, I feel like that's the T.
Yeah.
The fact that you do drugs and drink, like, that's not T to me as far as like, from what's all coming out about the industry, no, that's not shocking to me. I'm sorry, at all. The kid was the T.
Yeah,
out of anything.
And then the whole cease and desist stuff, like it's just weird. And I'm just trying to you're trying to put like pinpoint Drake, and it's like, I don't know. It's like at one minute you're like for the culture, but then the next minute like we're hearing that you did a cease and desist for the Like That record. So it's like, I don't know. It was just, I don't know. It's odd behavior, and it's very reminiscent of Nicki to me. Like, maybe not as bad, because she was kind of out of control, and she's uncalculated, and she's definitely popping pills. Like you can tell that she's gone off the popping the pills, because she's doing like that whole Meg Thee Stallion. Like that was just he's
they
way
said
more.
She be snorting coke.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think you can tell he's more calculated.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, you know what? And there you go. That's the point here. That's why I'm a little shocked at how he's handled this, because I figured he would have been a little bit more calculated, especially with the leaked information.
I mean, it ain't over.
Like if I know I have a secret, and we on the pod, and you saying stuff like, I wouldn't say that if I was you, or like you need to chill, or else I'm a drop. I would know what you're talking about. And if I know of something I don't want out, I'm chilling. But sometimes I guess you go so far that you got to just jump out the window. I don't know, but
that's why I'm saying I feel like there's more to come. I'm
gonna give Drake one more record.
I'm gonna give Drake credit that he was prepared for this to be revealed and he ready for it.
Yeah,
because didn't he do the same thing last time
with Pusha?
Yeah.
I mean, he competed with Pusha too. It's just, again, there was a secret kid that nobody knew about, and that ruined everything.
Yeah, the whole Adidas campaign.
Yeah, like, that made him look real bad, and he couldn't really say nothing back. So, I would have thought you would have learned your lesson. Because now, nobody's even gonna be talking about the battle anymore. They're going to talk about you have a hidden child.
Again.
And again, what I'm telling you, I know what's coming next. They're gonna look up the mother. And if she got any flaws on her, it's all bad.
Because you see what happened last time with the baby mama who was what was she? She was a stripper too?
They said she was. I don't know. I can't remember that. I think it was in some type of entertainment business. But I think they said she was a porn star, but I don't think she was. I don't know.
It's crazy.
Well,
but Drake being of low character, don't really. I feel like we've already kind of come to grips with.
I think
that.
as a culture, I think that we've done that, and I think just by rule of thumb, if they're in the music industry, they're probably not the best of character.
Because we said it. We said, I believe I said here on the pod before that Drake was Future, but like the nice guy Future.
He's a light-skinned version. He's a light-skinned version of Future. Yes.
Yeah. He's the one that's going, put up that front.
He'll open the door for you.
You know what I'm saying?
He'll bring the flowers.
What they say on what was it, Insecure?
He'll smash and then he'll ghost you.
She said, what she said on Insecure? She was like, "You a fuck dude, but you a fuck dude who thinks he's a good dude."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't realize that you really are actually trash.
Yeah.
Because you're likable.
And he's I think you hear it in the music that he does think that he's a good person.
Yeah.
Or a good guy.
And I feel like Drake is a likable dude. Like, I feel like if you kicked it with him, he probably was a cool dude.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? But that character is always going to come out at some point.
For sure. Especially when it comes to women.
Women we know, we've dated the nice guys that you be like, wow, I never thought you would do me like that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think we could tell that just from his music. Like,
for sure. He's entitled. Yeah, for sure.
ain't no way it's all these, it ain't the girls.
No.
It ain't everybody else.
No. Mm-mm. No. Not at all.
And you could tell by dudes of how dudes act when the relationship is over, when they're actually trash.
Oh yeah, he's really.
It reveals that they're trash. I mean, case in point, Chris Brown, number one. Like, you are proving.
Speaking of this
you are proving that you trash. Because for him to be beefing over Karrueche this many years later, just lets me know, not lets me know, but further know everything she said about you is true.
So, but is it that he's beefing over her, or is he beefing because he thought Quavo was his homie and the homie was dating, I guess, one of his exes? Isn't that a thing, though?
Bruh, it's been...
No. I agree with you.
How many years?
I agree with you, and it's the industry. But I also feel like I think that's what he was upset about, which I can understand. Like, if one of my friends dated an ex of mine, would I personally feel some kind of way about it? No, not really. But I can see why a man would feel some kind of way about an ex being dated by a friend. But again, if you're in the industry, I mean, are y'all really friends? I don't know. I don't know if are they considered friends? Are you close? Are you? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know.
I'm just so disappointed.
See, well, and then I mean, we can kind of touch on that. What I didn't like too was, well, if you really felt like that, if you were really mad about her dating him, in the dish you said that you slept with Quavo's girl. So it's like, it's kind of.
That's what I said. I'm like, somebody said they was having an abuser off, and I'm like, basically, you beat your girl, but you beat your girl. Like, what?
And
like,
see, and that's what I'm saying. Like, Quavo,
this is not hitting like y'all think it's hitting.
You had to have known, if you were going to say that in the record, you had to have known the elevator incident was going to come up. Like, it was just stupid for you to even say that.
I mean, but at the end of the day, Karrueche did have, what, a 5-year restraining order against Chris Brown?
I don't know. It's been so long. I don't even remember how long ago that was. It had to be at least 10 years ago. I don't know. I might be overestimating on that. It feels like 10 years
My
ago.
thing with Chris Brown is how I feel with any artist. To me, Drake, Chris Brown, Diddy, R. Kelly. If you like that artist and you still want to listen to their music, just listen to the music. But I just don't understand making excuses.
No, don't make
for
excuses.
the artist. Like, I've been saying, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably still gonna be listening to Diddy music.
Well, and
I'm gonna still listen, but that don't mean I'm not gonna be sitting. Yeah, but I'm listening to Diddy because if y'all gonna say I can't listen to Diddy, well, what about Diddy wrong?
Right.
But I'm gonna listen to the music. It's truly that simple.
Well, and I think we also have to realize too is what I'll come to grips with is, if you are extremely talented, that does not mean that you're not extremely flawed. Right? And what's the quote? Absolute power will corrupt. Absolutely. The more talent you have, it affords you more power. And the more power you have, it will corrupt you.
People just be making excuses, all of that. Everybody just still, holding the Rihanna incident against him. Like, he done had multiple incidents after that.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
What are y'all talking about?
Yeah, but see, and I totally agree. But like, what I didn't like was people were posting that picture where he was play fighting. You know, like the picture we had the hand on it, and he was like, "Oh, see, yeah, he been." I was like, "That's not what happened." Like,
if anything, post when he was following her out the club and forced himself into the car.
Post that. Don't.
Or her interview where she said that he threw her down the stairs and beat her in the head multiple times. Like, come on now, let's just be honest. It has been other stuff, but I just feel like if you still gonna listen to the music, just listen to the music.
Yeah, and I think we're trying to like compare like R. Kelly's situation to everybody else's situation, and to me, it's not apples and oranges. I don't listen to R. Kelly because you were writing, composing, and producing the music. And you're talking about loving relationships, and you are a pedophile. You were caught, like, it is clear-cut evidence. So my thing of it is when you are writing about love and all this other stuff and make it like, I cannot get that picture out of my mind as you're talking about making love to a minor, especially with the whole Leah stuff, right? So I don't listen to none of his love and making music because I'm like, bro, I don't know who you're talking about making love to, right?
Yeah.
So with like Chris Brown, with Diddy, they don't write their music. Now, if Chris Brown made an album about I'm gonna abuse somebody, I mean, then yeah, I'm not gonna support that, right? But to me, it's different. It's not the same because they're not the ones. They're just performing the music. It's not them. Well, Chris Brown maybe write some of the music.
Yeah, he definitely be writing.
But it's not the same.
I feel like it's a case by case basis, and it's up to the individual. If you say I don't want to support this artist because of, you know, they have low character and I feel like if I'm listening to their music, I'm putting money in their pockets. That is your choice.
And that's your
and it should literally just be as simple as that. Like I said earlier, it comes down to, do you like the music or you don't? Do you want to support the artist or you don't? Like, I don't feel like it has to be deeper than that, but people make it deeper. And I feel like to me, it's calls your character into question when you make excuses for bad character just to justify listening to music. Just say you still want to listen to the music.
Just say I like the music.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Just say if I want to listen to I Believe I Can Fly, just say I just like the song. And it's part of my favorite soundtrack.
I don't need to hear you make excuses for R. Kelly. Like that makes me side eye you.
As soon as you say, so where were the parents at? I'm blocking you. Like off top. I don't want to hear what the parents got responsibility too. Like, bro, are you really like blaming the parents for them? Like, now should they be accountable? Yeah, sure.
Absolutely.
Right, but don't use that as a reason for you to listen to I Believe I Can Fly. Come on, bro. That's not how this works.
It's truly that simple.
Okay. I think we exhausted the 5 a.m. in Calabasas conversation.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, who you take? Whose side you take? You never said whose side you take. Who do you feel like is up in the battle between Kendrick and Drake?
I feel like Kendrick is up. I just feel like he's too strategic. As of right now, I think Kendrick is up. And I just think Drake was caught off guard. Now I will say this though. Record to record, I think it's pretty even.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty even. I just think Kendrick has more information. And typically when it comes down to battles, that's typically how it ends up ending. It's who has inside information.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like song-wise, you know, style-wise, it's always going to be Drake for me. I have definitely liked all the songs that Kendrick put out, but I would give the edge to Kendrick for the T.
Yeah.
Because that Secret Child, that T, that hit.
Yeah. And just the way he did it. I think it's the way he did it that and Drake just kind of fell for it. But again, Drake rapped his ass off. I will give him credit. I was not expecting Drake to respond like that.
If Kendrick didn't have that last one, Drake would be up because he ate him up bad. Mm-hmm. He ate him up bad. I ain't gonna lie. And then the whole video with him crushing the car from the Good Kid.
Again, Drake is very strategic, and I like the overall thoughtfulness of what he's doing.
Come on, Drake.
Just the secret kid thing, man.
Come on, Drake. And I'm pushing for you. Come on, Craig. Get up, Craig. Pick up that brick, please.
Yeah, unless Kendrick got a secret kid on the way or something. I don't know, man. The only thing, listen.
His baby mama got to be pregnant by somebody or somebody else.
The only way Drake gonna be able to pull this one out is if he can find a picture of Kendrick with like a white woman or something, and then have Dr. Umar on the intro. That's the only way Drake gonna be able to pull this one out, man. Because black people, you know,
I'm pulling for you, Drake.
I just enjoy the records. I think it's good. I think we haven't had this happen in a while, so I think it's good. And we'll all forget about it in like a week or two.
Yeah, something else will pop up.
All right, Amanda Seales is up next, right?
Man, this lady. I just want to start out saying I like Amanda most of the time.
What do you like about Amanda?
You know, for me, I'm always gonna be behind black women, intelligent black women.
Well, she is.
That
she's
you know what I mean.
intelligent.
That are willing to speak out, speak up. I feel like she's an important part of the culture. I feel like you can't take that away from her.
Right.
And I think just with the conversation we were just having, regardless, people are flawed. And I think acknowledging and pointing out those flaws does not necessarily mean that you're just against this person overall or take away from, you know, their contribution to the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Drake. He has a very big contribution to the culture that you can't take away, you know, even if you don't agree with everything he does.
Right. I would agree with that. Yeah.
So people got to get out of this all or nothing crazy type of loyalty to where it's like I gotta ride hard and act like I'm down for everything you do to like no. No, you could say your favorite artist or whoever is wrong or took an L. It's truly that simple.
All right. So why is she in the news? What brought Amanda up?
So Amanda had her interview on Club Shay Shay, yet another 3-hour interview. I don't know if everybody watched the whole thing, but I feel like the main conversation was around people feeling like she is a professional victim. And then also the conversation about her claiming that she was diagnosed with autism and then it coming out that she was not clinically diagnosed with autism. That was like the biggest thing that I saw people talking about.
All right, let me I will play the clip. Which one is it? Is it the first clip?
They're the same thing.
Oh, it's all the same thing. Okay, because that's right, because it wouldn't come through. All right, so let's pull this up. And we're gonna play the full, we're gonna play a full clip. Let me make sure. All right, this is Amanda Seales on the Club Shay Shay podcast.
So I recently was diagnosed as someone who has autism spectrum disorder, which is very difficult to identify in Black women because of racism.
So what exactly is autism spectrum? Because I hear people say you're on the spectrum.
It used to be called Asperger's.
Okay.
But that is no longer what it's called because to my knowledge, Asperger was a Nazi.
Okay.
But what it simply means is that your brain functions in a different way, so you're neurodivergent, and you also have certain tendencies that are considered outside of what the neurotypical way of things is.
Okay.
And a lot of times that can have you present in a manner that people misrepresent.
Okay. Okay.
Which is the story of my life.
Okay.
And so when all of this started ballooning out of nowhere and people were saying, you know, you're unlikable and you're a bully. No, not you're a bully, but you're being bullied. And these were tropes that have been associated with me before, but I'm in a new level of visibility at this juncture. Mm-hmm. And you get people saying things like, you are.
Okay. I think we kind of get a quick little glimpse of what she was trying to say. So that one was specifically the one she was talking about her diagnosis.
And to me, I mean, after that, she came out and basically said that like Ball Alert was trying to defame her, you know, and then she was also saying like, you know, she never said that she was clinically diagnosed technically. I don't know. I feel like the way that she presented, she presented as if she was clinically diagnosed.
It sounded like that's what she was saying to me.
Because when you say I was recently diagnosed with autism, which is hard to diagnose, which is hard to get a diagnosis as a Black woman, it would seem that you was clinically diagnosed because you're identifying with people who are struggling to get clinically diagnosed.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But I personally, I've said multiple times on here, I've self-diagnosed and said I feel like I have ADHD. I have not been clinically diagnosed. And I always make that clear because I feel like it is important to do.
Yes.
I don't feel like there's anything wrong with self-diagnosing, but I feel like when you present it in that manner, then it becomes...
Well, why do you feel like it's important to say that you're self-diagnosing?
I feel like it's important because of the people who suffer from it. You know what I mean? And you literally in her conversation, you acknowledged how hard it is for Black women to get a diagnosis. So to me, it's a slap in the face of the people that are fighting for not only themselves, but for their children to get these diagnoses and get the help that they need. And you know what I mean? Like, I feel like these people are looking to you like and identifying with you and you not really fully telling the truth. I mean, I'm not saying that she couldn't possibly have autism and that her self-diagnosis is incorrect, but I do feel like it is important to present correctly.
Yeah, I think the bigger problem too is it was almost like using it as, and I don't want to say like an excuse, but almost like a crutch, because she was saying, you know, like she didn't say bully, but she said something.
She was basically saying like
basically
being
the way that
unlikable.
she presents herself.
Yeah, so basically like she's like, oh, she went on to say like people feel like, you know, she has a certain tone and this and that, and like basically it seemed like she was trying to tie it to I'm just neurodivergent and that's why I communicate the way that I communicate.
Right.
And it comes off as unlikable to people, and I'm like, to take that route and not be clinically diagnosed, it don't sit right with me and my spirit.
Yeah, I think the whole interview, the whole tone of the interview, and I'm gonna play this clip. This is Shannon's and Ocho's show. It's like an after show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And they're talking about the nightcap. There you go. Thank you. They're talking about Amanda, and Gilbert Arenas is on there, and the conversation comes up of why she's single, basically. So I want to play this.
She's highly the qualities, but I ain't got no problem with Amanda Seales. She was great. She's very funny. She has and I do believe some of the people have done her wrong. And I think a lot of because that's what you deal with. We all go through it. Dealing with men or women, you're not dating them, you're dating their childhood, their past traumas. That's what you got to get past. So I'm excited. I was excited to have her. She was great. She taught me a lot of things. But she's highly educated. She's real versed. She can sing. She's a comedian. She's a writer.
Is she married?
No, she's not married. She's not married.
The same day, huh?
I mean, yes, I'm listening to you list all the qualities that she has, and I'm just curious if she was married, because that sounds like that's a great catch for someone.
Yeah. No, that sounds like some flaws for some men. Because as educated as she is, right?
Yeah.
She's there's a standard of a man that she's looking for.
Right.
Yeah.
If it's not on the same educational level as her, she's gonna look down on. And but that is if they're more educated than her, then they talking down to her. Right. So these are the type of women that will typically be single because they can't find the equal partner to they are.
She wants someone that's versed. She wants someone that's inquisitive. She wants someone that wants to travel. I mean, look, to each his own.
Okay. Now the conversation getting good.
It's always the person who don't meet the standard that always be so quick to want to point it out. We already know he goofy.
Gilbert definitely goofy. But
he as goofy as they come.
I will say this. I don't like how the conversation shifted to the first question is does she have a man?
That's always what it is.
Right. Your level of how good of a person you are is not tied to whether you married or whether you're not, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this though. What I did take away from the Amanda Seales interview, and we'll talk about that more in depth. I just want to before I forget, is that she does play the victim, right? And you're not unlikable because you're on a spectrum. You're unlikable because you're condescending. You're unlikable because you think you know everything. You're unlikable because nobody can tell you anything. It's always this somebody's out to get me.
Mm-hmm.
That's why people don't like you. That's it, right? Nobody likes a know-it-all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she comes across as the know-it-all, right? So it's intimidating. I would say it's intimidating. It's just, you can't really have a dialogue with somebody who feels like that they know everything. Right?
I think too that sometimes when people are highly educated and well-versed, and I feel like they stop caring about delivery because they feel like they right. And sometimes you could be right with the wrong delivery, because at the end of the day, is it about being right, or is it about getting your point across, or is it about your message being received? And you can't say that you want to be a voice for the culture but not care if your message is being received. That should be part of, like, you have to care about that. And I think we're in a day and age where everybody's just like, oh, I don't care. I'm right, so I don't care. And I'm like, okay, you right, but then you're mad because nobody is, liking you or getting, you know what I mean? Like, either you want to unapologetically be you, but with that you have to have thick skin and not care that you probably are not going to be likable. Like, I think people want to unapologetically be themselves, but then they want everybody to like them. That don't really go hand in hand.
No. That and God, what was the point I was gonna make? That, and also we have to stop correlating feeling like an outsider to tying ourselves to everybody that's marginalized. And I feel like she does that. Black women, feminism, on the spectrum, like, you don't fit in anywhere, so you feel like you have to tie yourself to something, or you have to tie a reason to why I'm being mistreated. Like, oh, I'm being mistreated because I'm a black woman, or I'm being mistreated because I'm on a spectrum, or I'm being mistreated because, no, maybe you're just being mistreated because you can't read the room.
Do you feel like black women can use misogyny to kind of sidestep accountability?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Men have been saying that for a long time, but it just gets, because we're labeled as being misogynist, then it gets thrown to the side. And we've had this conversation in part, but not in its entirety. We say, like, when we say women don't know how to be accountable, that's exactly what we're talking about. That, she's a perfect example. Everybody did her wrong, from Floetry to Issa Rae to, it was everybody. And it's like, I did not hear one part of you saying, you know what, I could have handled that situation better. It was, no, I shouldn't have protected Issa Rae because she didn't protect me. What? You were on the show. What are you talking about? It's everybody. I have never heard a word from Floetry, ever. And you're saying that they intentionally try to kick you out the group? For what?
Child.
I feel like
I'm with Shannon, though. I feel like at the end of the day, some of them people probably did do her wrong.
Possibly.
You know what I'm saying? But
not everybody.
Well, yeah. Because, again, I am a firm believer that it can't be everybody else. It can't. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're saying, I don't get invited to any black awards or any, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not, basically, you're not invited to anything in black Hollywood.
Like, she's blackballed.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel like it's everybody else. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you can't just discredit everything. You know what I'm saying? That she's saying. You know what I'm saying?
I would agree with that. I'm sure that in some of the instances that she has said, I'm sure some of them are true, but not all of them. And again, what have you done? Because to me, even if I can always take accountability, right? Even if somebody did me wrong, I have to be accountable for allowing them to do me wrong. Why was I that close? Why did I not see the red flags? Why did I not set proper boundaries? Because I can take accountability for what I did in the situation. And you know what? The next time I see red flags like that, I won't allow myself to get hurt like that, right? Sometimes you just get blindsided, right? But not having a good judgment of character, I can take accountability for that. Right? So for her, you got to take accountability for your career. And your career has been derailed. Some of it could have been from outside sources, but I'm sure some of it that you rub people the wrong way, because just watching I was exhausted watching the interview. It was just like it was a victim like mentality. So go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think the whole thing, as far as like, you know, Black women not taking accountability, I feel like a lot of times people be wanting us to take accountability before they've ever even listened to us in the first place. And I think that's kind of the part that's exhausting, and why we always try to stand behind each other, because it's like, it seems like a lot of times people listen to you to try to find what your fault in it was before they ever even listen to anything else. You know what I mean? Like, you just put everything else I said to the side because you were waiting to say, oh, right there, that's where it was your fault at. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
And that could be true. I don't want to down that point at all. I just think, and I don't want to say it's the delivery, because there's some men that are going to listen to women, and no matter how it's delivered, they're going to be like, you're playing a victim. Right. But in her situation, I got to be honest, it just sounded like a lot of complaining. And again, are some of the complaints valid? Sure. But my antennas go up when it's all everybody else and you had nothing to do with it. Right.
And I feel like my antennas would go up like that with anybody.
Anybody, that's what I'm saying.
You know, not just specifically her, or with Black women or
anybody.
Black men. I feel like with anybody, it kind of makes me be like,
yeah, that's not the truth, right? Like, even in dating, like when I'm dating, if I'm asking you, you know, how did your last relationships go? And if every single relationship is they did something and you have no critique of yourself, yeah, I'm gonna side eye you a little bit.
I think it's because for me, like, I'm a very self-reflective person,
as we should be.
You know what I mean? And so it's kind of like, in any situation, I'm gonna be looking at like, yeah, I could have moved like this, or you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't know.
Like I say, even if I feel like I was done wrong, I can still have done a better job because I put myself in that situation.
I feel like we're just in an era where we're in a selfish era in a lot of ways, where it's like it's all about me. You know, the whole boundaries and cutting people off, and you know, to me, it doesn't leave any room for self-reflection when we're just dropping friendships, we're dropping relationships. We're, you know, I gotta put me first, Lucius. I gotta put me first. Like, at the end of the day, yes, you do have to look out for yourself and have discernment, and you have to pour into yourself. But when you're in a cutoff era, and all you doing is who is going to actually challenge you and grow you?
That cutoff
when like, who's going to be able to push against anything?
Yeah,
if you cut everybody off all the time.
That cutoff culture is trash.
It's killing people's growth.
That it's trash because you guys are throwing away healthy relationships for the sake of your quote unquote peace. And I
gotta protect my peace era. And it's like, okay, but you want peace. Sometimes people want peace in their chaos. I want somebody that's gonna be okay with and roll with everything that I want, what I need. Like, the idea of being in service to your friends, like, everybody wants something for nothing. in every area of their life. They want to lose weight and still be eating. They want to have friends but not put in forth intentional time to, you know, hang out with those friends, be there for those friends, support those friends, call those friends on the phone. They want to be in relationships, you know, where they receive but they don't have to give nothing. Like, everybody wants something for nothing. We in like the Ozempic era. I just want a magic pill that's gonna handle all my problems and I ain't got to put no work in.
It's true. Yeah, no, it's like, I don't think people think about it like, your relationships are supposed to make you better, right? So that doesn't mean they're going to be easy. So for instance, if you need to work on patience, God is going to bring people across your path that are going to force you to be more patient. And if you keep pushing people away, where are you ever going to work on yourself? Right. So it should stretch you. Right. And I'm not saying be in a relationship that's abusive. I'm not being in a relationship that's, you know, toxic. I'm not saying be in a relationship that's one-sided. What I'm saying is, if you are friends with somebody, y'all been friends for 10, 15 years, and it's a reciprocal, you know, relationship, you're going to have conflict. There's going to be ups and downs. Right. But like, you can't cut somebody off just because they said something that you didn't like. Right? That's not to me, that's not a reason to cut off somebody. Like, or, you know, we always joke about this, but like, if somebody didn't show up to your birthday, right? But then not even really getting to the like understanding of why they didn't show up. Like, because maybe they had an emergency, right? But it's always like, oh no, well, you should have, like, you knew. Like, I've seen people like, oh well, I don't care what you had going on. Like, you still should have showed up. I seen a meme that said, when everything going wrong and you fighting for your life and then you get invited to a birthday dinner. Yeah. It's like, bro, I'm barely hanging on. Yeah, car about to break down. Yeah. Like, you don't know what people is really going through. But in people, in the same breath, I feel like that's why a lot of people are in this cut off, protect my peace era, because life be lifing so hard that they really ain't got the capacity for nothing else. But then at the same time, you can't claim to want to be in a relationship, or you can't claim to want your friendships to last if you don't have anything to put towards them. Like, let's just be all the way honest. Well, and let's be honest, it you know, the book says that friends are born in times of adversity. So to me, when I'm going through something, that shows me who my real friends are. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't got to be nothing crazy, but at least check on me, at least see what's going on. And yeah, like, again, like, that's a great point. Like, if I'm showing up to a birthday dinner and I'm behind on bills, and like I forgot what the percentage was, but it was something crazy. Like, I think it was like 90% of Americans are one emergency away from being broke, right? And then y'all trying to have these extravagant dinners where y'all talking about we gonna just split the bill all evenly. Nah, bro. Look, this is my budget. I got $20 in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? I know what I'm ordering because it's within my budget. But y'all talking about oh, well, you broke if you want to pay your own bill. When I tell you, let me tell you, I just went to tea time. No, I went to a retirement lunch. Like, when they was like, we going to lunch because so-and-so retiring. I'm like, okay, cool. We get there. Mind you, I'm still eating like vegan. Yeah. So I'm like, it ain't really much that I could eat. It was like dim sum, much I could eat. So I'm like, okay, I got the little, barely eat nothing. When I tell you, they was like, oh, each person got to pay $50. Hell no. Nah. I was so mad. I was like, no. Are y'all for real now? That's crazy. Yeah, no. That bill was like, it was crazy. Yeah. I was so mad, and I was just kind of like, let me not be that person. I would have, because I'm the only black person at my job. But even still, like, this is like, this is lunch. Yeah, this is lunch. Yeah, for $50, and I only ate one thing. Yeah, that's you can eat. That can last you the week. That's what I'd be looking. Yeah, nah, I'm telling you, man. Y'all getting pork belly and this and all of that. I can't eat none of that. Yeah. I literally had some broccolini with some oyster sauce. Oh, yeah, no. And you had to pay $50? $50? I would have said something. But this is what people be going through. Like, you be sitting there like... But you so selfish and you so self-centered, thinking that the world revolves around you, that you thinking that it's a slight against you.
Man, and then it's not even just paying for dinner. You got to get an outfit. You got to get your hair done, gas.
Got to get a babysitter.
Got to get your feet done. Like
it's
a lot that goes into it. And I feel like, there's been times where my friends wasn't able to come. Like, hey, I'm getting a party bus. They ain't come.
And it's cool.
You know what I'm saying? But I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not nothing against me.
Yeah.
People just got their own stuff going on. I feel like we need to have more grace
more
and empathy. And then a lot of times people be expecting stuff that they don't even be
giving. Yep.
I'm like, bro.
And to me, like the kind of friend I am, like, if I'm inviting you to go and if you ain't got the money, I'll pay for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't even trip off it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like, I don't know. Yeah, we really are in a bad era when it comes to, like we were saying off air, just being a decent human, like just being a good friend. Like, what happened to but because we stopped emphasizing character. That's really, I think, the downfall is character don't really get you nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Or in the social media age, character don't get you nowhere.
I think too, like, people are looking for, like, I could feel like I'm being a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend might not feel like I'm being a good friend, because a lot of times the things that people are looking for are things that you're not going to find in other people, that you need to be trying to find in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're looking for friends to fill voids that they are there, that are impossible to fill. That's sometimes. True. So you got to look at that part of it too. And then at the same time, like, I personally let my friends show up as they are.
Right.
I don't expect certain things from certain friends, not because, I'm letting the bar be low, but because I know what kind of person you are. I know, like, the way that you show love, like, and I can accept that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't be like, try to force you, but like, no, I need you to do this. I need you to be this to me. Like, no, I know how you are. You know what I mean? I know my friends that are more so like, I'm going to show up and do something, or the friends that are like, I'm going to send you some money, or you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody is different.
Everybody has their own way.
Everybody has their own way. And I think we need to start appreciating people for who they are and what they offer.
And their differences and their uniqueness. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's one-on-one.
It'll take a lot of stress off you.
And to me, like I think the biggest takeaway you say, stop asking for things that you're not willing to give.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how can you ask for friends but you're not friendly? Like, it just, you know what I'm saying? I just don't get it, because I was never raised that way. I was always raised, treat people the way you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And you have to accept people for who they are and where they are, because sometimes people don't got it like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people be, I've been seeing some weird stuff. People be like counting money at baby showers, or, checking to see gifts and who gave the gift to who. And I'm like, bro, just be thankful you got something. Like,
yeah,
just be thankful people showed up, because I've seen some baby showers where doesn't nobody show up.
Mm-hmm.
And then they be looking all crazy. It's like, well, you looking crazy because you can. Yeah, can we bring character back? Can we focus on that, because it is. And if you got a good friend, please appreciate that friend. Please appreciate the good people that are in your life, that are there.
If you got a good man, if you got a good woman,
any of that,
don't take it for granted.
Don't take good people for granted, because there's a lot of people out here they were raised to survive, and they are out here to get it however they can, even if that means taking it from you. And it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah,
people are really out here trying to survive.
It's the truth.
It's the truth. People out here dating to survive. People got friends to survive, and really they're looking for somebody to use until they can find somebody else to use.
Yeah.
So for the good, open-hearted people that are giving, y'all gonna have to learn how to set some better boundaries. And I'm talking to myself when I'm saying that. And you're gonna have to be a little bit more.
Have more discernment.
Have more discernment on who is in your life for what reason.
And really question yourself of why you giving. Because sometimes some people only give and do strictly to get something back in return. Mm-hmm. And for me, like, I feel like it's okay to expect reciprocity,
right?
But you can't expect tit for tat. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, you can't keep count. And then at the same time, I feel like, you know how people be like, oh, I got done wrong, so I'm finna be scandalous to everybody.
Yeah.
Then you wasn't was you really that good person that you saying you was? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't allow other people to corrupt your character.
Correct, yeah.
Because I feel like it calls into question your character in the first place.
Yeah. And if asking people to reciprocate is not bad or it's not wrong, but don't try to dictate how they reciprocate to you. They reciprocate the way they want to reciprocate. You know what I'm saying? And I just think really what it boils down to is just being selfish. That's really what it boils down to. It's selfishness. It's a, I don't want to say narcissistic, but it is a trait of narcissism.
I feel like it's just a trait of this world that we live in. Like, I feel like that's the value. Like, living in a capitalistic society, it's about getting it, and it don't matter who got for you to get it.
Yeah, well, I'm saying, and when I say narcissism, I mean, I'm not, because I hate using that word, but what I'm saying is that the world revolves around you. That's all about you, and you are willing to manipulate, say, do whatever you need to do to get it, because it's a lot of people were raised to survive, and it's the only time relationships are going to work is if you give. Yeah. If you're always taking, I mean, it can work to a certain level, but I mean, the person that's going to give to you is going to get tired, or you're going to want something more, and then you're going to move on to something better. But anyway,
it's about serving. That's why I tell people.
If you got one or two good friends, you are blessed.
Whenever I hear people talking about relationships, friendships, and what they're longing for getting, and it's all about what they need to get from that thing, you ain't ready for it.
No.
You ain't ready for it, because you ain't talked nothing about what you
willing to give. Yeah, that's why them conversations of what do you bring to the table?
A fool.
I hear a lot of them conversations, but I don't hear what do I provide. What like how will I add value? There was a quote to somebody, and then we can go on to the next segment. But they said what did they say? They said, and I'm paraphrasing, but they said, you can tell if you're a good person or a bad person by when you have left a situation, was the situation better or was it worse? And if there's a pattern of you leaving, if there's a pattern of the situation that you leave, if that they are always worse, then that means that you're probably a bad person.
Dang.
And it's true. So think about your friendships. If you have cut off the friendships or whatever, the people that you have been around, were your friends better or were they worse? In your relationships, in when you have entered into the relationship and when you left the relationship, did the person that you broke up with, were they better or were they worse? And the bottom line is, typically when they're worse is because you took from them, and then once you couldn't take anything more, then you went on to somebody else.
I mean,
I ain't gonna try to toot my horn, man, but all the situations I be in, I be trying to uplift and make people better, whether we work out or not. I can't, and then if there are anybody that I've done wrong, I always try to make my right. I always try to make my wrongs right. I'll call, text, like, look, I feel bad about this, whatever. And that's just because good people, you're supposed to get, it's what you give to the world. It's not what you take from the world.
But I feel like only a self-reflective person would be able to
take accountability
and do that. You have to. I mean, if you ain't looking at yourself, then you're not gonna even know.
And it's your convictions. See, but your convictions are based off your values. So if you have no values, you ain't gonna have no convictions.
Yep, that's fact.
And that's how I look at it. I feel convicted because I have a core set of values where I don't do people dirty. And if I do people dirty, I double back and be like, yo, like, I did you wrong. I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do that, because I need to sleep at night. But again, a lot of people wasn't raised like that because a lot of people wasn't raised. They were maintained. They weren't raised. They were maintained. It's true.
That's deep.
Because our black parents think home over your head, or giving you a roof over your head, clothes, and food. I raised you. Don't ask me for nothing else. That's not.
But did you nurture?
That's not raising.
Yeah.
That is maintaining a child. Did you give them values, ethics, character, morals, right from wrong? Give them wisdom. That's raising.
That's why you see so many people, I done said it a million times, but I'm gonna keep saying it, that are okay with the Nick Cannons and the, you know what I'm saying, people having all these kids because it comes down to affording.
Are they?
I can maintain them.
Can you afford them?
That's not raising.
That's not raising.
Yeah.
Raising takes time, takes quality time,
Presence.
effort, presence, intentionality.
Yeah. Anybody
could just pay. I mean, I can work 100 hours a week and pay for a bunch of kids, but it's not giving them the direction and the insight that they would need to be successful. So yeah.
It'd be crazy where our conversation be going because we.
I don't know how that came off of Man and Seals, but it's
if
true.
y'all
But it's
still
all
here,
true. But it's
shout
true.
out.
But it's true. All right, relationship advice. I think I sent you one. And we appreciate it if y'all start sending us some, because some of these be hard to find.
Okay. Relationship advice. All right. So husband 35 refuses to show me, female 34, his phone. We have been together for 10 years. Should I be concerned? My husband and I never really sat down and completed a budget before, so we decided to do one since buying a new house. He's always been secretive about his phone. He's never told me the password. It makes a big deal for me to even use it. I have asked him to show me his Visa transactions to see what we are spending our money on, and he's flat out refused. He gets angry for me asking to see them and gaslights me, stating I'm a freak out about it. I'm a freak about it. I am now so suspicious that he's doing something like cheating on his phone. Is this something I should stay mad about and refuse to back down on? I feel so stupid that this fight has gone on for a week now, and I'm not sure what to do at this point.
Damn.
They're together, but they're not married, right?
No, she said my husband.
Oh, husband. Okay. I just want to make sure that because there is a distinction between the two. So okay.
I feel like it's definitely a red flag for somebody to be that adamant about you not seeing their phone, but I don't feel like it's necessary to go through each other's phones. I feel like I've always felt like if it's to that point, then something else already done went wrong, you know what I mean, further down the line for you to even be at the point of wanting to go through somebody's phone. But if he's just acting suspicious about it, it's a red flag.
Sis, you already got your answer. You already got your answer. If somebody's agitated when you're asking them to look through something, there's something that they're hiding. It's just that simple. Why are you not sharing bank accounts? Why are things already separate? Why do you not know what he's spending the money on? Don't you guys share money? Do you guys not share money? If you don't, you guys need to be. So I'm not going to sugarcoat this. It's wrong. Anytime that I've asked somebody to look through something or whatever, and I don't do it too often, you typically already know that something's there. And if they become agitated about it, that is a dead giveaway to me.
Yeah.
And because they'll flip it. Oh, you don't trust me? Why you want to go to my phone? If there's nothing in there, why are you making a big deal about it?
It really shouldn't even matter if ain't nothing on the phone. But I feel like sometimes people feel a way when
like they're being accused or something.
I do feel like sometimes people do feel a way when like they're being accused, or like they feel like they're being like
treated like a child.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Like, you know what I mean?
Right. So, but why are you okay? So, and you call me a simp, all that, whatever. If I'm married, and if my wife is suspicious of me, and she's doubting that I'm being faithful, why would I not want to alleviate that feeling?
Yeah,
don't look like. Why are we looking at it like, oh, you're treating me like a child, instead of like, my wife has doubts about me being faithful, and I want to make sure going forward she has the complete confidence in me that I am being faithful.
Well, they're taking offense. I feel like a lot of times men take offense, and it's kind of it becomes the principle of like, why would you think I'm, you know what I mean? Like it starts to become about that, and I think a lot of men don't realize that for the sake of your relationship or your marriage
and your peace.
And your peace, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you not
sometimes
showing
you're going to
the
have to
phone
concede.
is going to make it worse.
Yeah.
And it may not have nothing to do with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
It could be an insecurity that she has.
Mm-hmm.
And as if it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, I would say you don't have to do that. But that's your wife, though.
Because what are you proving by not showing it?
If
like,
there's nothing there, just show it.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I think it's crazy that we get married and say, oh, we're sharing finances. We're sharing a house. They just bought a new house. We're sharing kids. Oh, no, but you can have my passcode. Oh, no, but you can have my bank account information. What?
Yeah.
I can share everything with you. My last name, in-laws, family, house, the dog, the cat. We can have intercourse without any condom on. Oh, no, but the one thing you can't touch is that's my phone. No, sorry. Can't touch that.
I feel like sometimes people just want to have something that is theirs when, you know, you in a marriage and you sharing everything. And I could get that, but
who are you talking to on the phone? Like,
I don't feel like it necessarily has to mean that you talking to somebody on the phone. But it's like
he's hiding transactions.
Well,
Because he said if you, I forgot what he said, but the bottom line is he don't want her to see the transactions. So my first thing I'm thinking is you buying hotels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So that to me, 2 and 2 together. So
yeah, them two together definitely. But I just feel like in general, I feel like sometimes it's like, dang, can I have something? You know what I'm saying? Where I mean, I get it. I ain't one of them people, but I get it.
I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it. Like, if I'm in a relationship, the people I regularly talk to around my spouse, my significant other. They know who I'm talking to. There's no secret.
People want to feel trusted.
You want to feel trusted in secret?
No, I'm saying they want to feel trusted as in, like, you shouldn't have to question that. I feel like that's where a lot of people be coming from.
Right, but do people not realize that sometimes it has nothing to do with you?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they may be insecure or they might have and it's just to alleviate it. And I get people want to be trusted, right? But how do you get trust? Does trust just automatically happen, or do you build trust up?
I don't feel like you have to build trust by allowing somebody to go through your phone and check your messages. Like, trust should be built on the fact that, you know, how I move, what, you know, my actual actions. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I shouldn't have to let you go through my phone for 6 months straight for you to be able to, you're not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing a number out there, but I shouldn't have to allow you to invade my privacy over and over to build trust. Like, you should trust based on
totally understand. I think
my character.
I'm saying in this situation, if you're hiding one thing and then somebody's looking for answers and you're saying no, it's not building trust.
Yeah. Or if you're acting suspicious, like for me, like we have each other's passwords or whatever. Like if we, like, I got some of the apps, like I got the Kindle app on his phone. Like if my phone dead, I'm gonna use it on yours. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if it was a time where I'm like, oh, let me see your phone, and he acted funny about it, then I'll be like,
that's what I'm.
And I 100% trust you. But if you start acting funny, then I'm kind of like,
that's what I'm trying to say.
Well, what's up then?
That's what I'm saying. That's
why all of a sudden you acting funny.
That's what I'm saying. So he is obviously acting suspicious.
So she's not wrong, you know.
Yeah, and I just think people need to let this idea of privacy when you're married. To me, if you're not doing, and I get it.
Okay, well, what y'all be talking about in y'all group chats? Because I don't want my husband reading my group chat. I mean, he can. I mean, it's not like it's nothing secret, but it's like, that's me and my friends. Like, and a lot of times, like, it's their business. Like, I know you my husband, but at the same time,
I think that's different though. I think when I'm talking about, like, if we think that you're intentionally hiding something, like, hurtful to me. Like, she's thinking that's hurtful to her. I don't give a damn about your group chats. That's your conversation. Even when you're on the phone with your friends, like, if it's I don't have to listen into the conversation. I'm just saying, if you're acting suspicious and you're doing something that you shouldn't be doing, why is the phone restricted? The phone is restricted because you don't want people seeing what's in the phone. Mm-hmm. That's what it is. I mean, it ain't nothing more than that, right? But I think when it's funny that we always talk about accountability. We always talk about accountability. But that's a way to keep yourself accountable from not doing something you shouldn't be doing. Is by knowing that my wife can go through my phone at any minute, at any given moment. So, and I feel like it just leaves. And again, I know people gonna kill me in the comments with us. I don't give a damn. I feel like it is very easy for you to live a double life in your phone. It is very easy for you to be cheating all day, flirting, talking, Instagramming, Snapchatting, DMing all day, and then come home, put your phone on silent, and act like ain't nothing ever happened.
Yeah, that's true.
And to me, if we want to sit up here and act like that's not being unfaithful, that is being unfaithful.
You see what what's that one dude, Lavelle? Check that phone. He said
Yeah.
Check that phone.
Because we grew up with the internet. So we know all what a double life looks like. And we've all done it. I'll be the first one to admit. We have done it. That you got a whole talking to, whoever you want to talk to, whatever, all times of night, and you live in a totally different way in real life.
All on a party line, lying. We've been there, done that from the beginning.
Chat rooms, the whole nine. So what I'm saying is that it just leaves opportunity. And I'm sorry, we always talk about character and stuff like that. Yeah, character is very important. But sometimes cheating just comes down to it was just the right opportunity. It's the right circumstances meet the right opportunity. That's sometimes that it gets. So my thing is, if you really cherish your marriage and if you really cherish your I'll just say spouse, because it can happen on both sides. Sometimes being proactive and putting things in place to create boundaries and to create accountability can just stop it from even getting there.
That's true.
Stop it from even getting there. And I just think sometimes we are playing with fire. And there are people that see your relationship that don't want your relationship to succeed. And sometimes they'll just hop in your DMs just to see.
Yeah, I think sometimes I feel like that's what a lot of women be like, oh, you stupid. You don't check no phone. You don't do this. You don't do that. You let him go out by himself. Because they feel like you have to do all of those things to be a buffer for him doing something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just kind of like, I ain't got the time or the energy.
You got to know who you with. And if you're going to cheat, they're going to find a way to cheat. Right?
I don't care how many buffers you put in. I don't care if you with him 6 days a week, baby. On that 7th day,
yeah, no, they gonna find a way to cheat. Again, it's the opportunity, circumstance.
She gonna
opportunity.
be gone on Sunday.
And y'all look, and y'all be finding ways around that. Y'all be saving people under Pizza Hut. Y'all be saving people under y'all download the gear icon, set it under the notification, so when somebody texts you, it look like it's just a notification coming in. Y'all find ways to do this, and that's what I'm saying. Even if you are that creative to cheat,
why are you in a relationship? You going through all that?
That's what I'm saying.
I seen one where the dude saved it as just spaces, so it just pop up no name. Just I'm like, bro, y'all need.
It was the
Jesus.
Notification one for me. That one was like that's whoever thought of that. That was real clever. But the bottom line is, I'm telling, like it's in the phone, man. It's in the phone, and if you are keeping like
I feel like the women, I feel like they be looking hella hard for the information. You wasting time
you
and energy.
already know.
Exactly. Because you already know what's up, because you wouldn't be looking if it wasn't already some red flags for you to even want to start looking. But at the same time, a lot of time, the information gonna come. It's gonna come to you, baby. It's gonna come to you every time.
And don't start off a way that you don't want to end.
Mm-hmm.
If you wasn't sharing bank accounts from the beginning, then why are you asking for it now? And I'm not saying that you can't change your mind. I'm just saying, like, we like, you got to be really intentional. So, again, and everybody has different thoughts and different opinions. But my opinion is, when you are married, the goal is to become one. You are still an individual, but it's one unit.
Mm-hmm.
So, what does that look like? To me, that means becoming one in all aspects, physically, mentally, spiritually. So, again, like, when you start saying, oh, things are off limits, you don't have access to this. I don't want you to have access to it. I don't want you to have access to how I'm spending our money. What? Dang. Look, maybe that worked for y'all. That don't work for me.
No, ma'am, no ham. I can't do that.
No. If we have a Visa card and my credit's on there, oh, no, I need to see how you spending that money.
Mm-hmm.
And if we got a joint account, I need to see where the money's going. I'm sorry.
People don't want to be
Accountable.
Accountable because at this, I ain't gonna lie, we got to join the cop like, bruh, you done with the Popeyes 3 times.
You wildin'.
You need to.
It's expensive too. Like Popeye used to be cool, but
they don't want somebody to, to hold them accountable and be like, look, you gotta chill. Like we need to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
see, but what's
we got
crazy
goals.
is,
We gotta be trying to do. You should want that.
But the first recoil of that is, I got a mom. I ain't trying to like. No, it's not. Nobody's trying to son you. We have goals.
Mm-hmm.
We have a vision. We have dreams, and you are compromising that dream by mishandling the resources.
And it's reciprocal because at the same time, like, come on now, what's up? Come on, Popeyes. Oh, okay, Amazon. Okay,
Right.
All right, we both need to chill. Like, you know what I'm saying? But you should want that.
That's what it should be.
Like,
because how are you talking? And again, like it's crazy. Y'all be talking about generational wealth, but y'all ain't sharing bank accounts.
y'all ain't even building together. Like, make it make sense.
I just don't get it. Y'all transferring the money for. Oh, I need half the light bill. You need to transfer that in there. But then y'all want to talk about generational wealth. It makes no sense. How are you asking your spouse for half the light bill? That's, to me, it's just crazy.
I feel like at the bare minimum, I'm just be honest, at the bare minimum, you at least should have a joint savings and bill account at the bare minimum. To me, even if you have separate checking for y'all spending money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody if you
does
have
it
a budget,
different.
I don't know,
Everybody
everybody doesn't have a budget. But if you have a budget, I feel like for me, it makes sense to put your money together.
Sure.
Budget everything out, your bills, your investments, your savings, your, you know what I'm saying, all of that. And then, of course, you have your money that's left over and just split it.
Yeah.
But people don't want to do that because they're like, well, I make this much and then he make this much. If I just keep my money, only pay half, then I can have this much money. And then, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, to me, that's selfish.
You're being selfish in marriage. And marriage selfishness will kill a marriage, period. And people don't want to hear this, but it's true. Selfishness will kill a marriage. You did not get married to be selfish. If you wanted to be selfish, then stay single.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't.
People don't want somebody to benefit off of what they feel like is their hard work, but that is not your boyfriend or your girlfriend. That is your husband or your wife. So it's like, that shouldn't even be a thought in your mind that like, oh, well, that person, you know, makes less than me. So if we split what's left over after we do everything else, then they coming up.
Y'all coming up because it's a unit. I don't get it. Y'all just don't get married. If you disagree with what we're saying, please don't get married. I swear to you, it's not gonna go good for you. It's not. It's not. I promise you, it's not gonna go. I promise you, it's not gonna go good for you. It's just not.
It might for a while.
It ain't gonna go good for him. I'm telling you, it's not.
Dang.
I'm gonna double down on that. I'm sorry. It's just not. When money, communication, and sex are the 3 reasons why people divorce the most, communication and money, those are both in the same bucket. And somebody is going to feel some resentment. If you making more than them and you only putting in half or whatever, and then they see you keep buying all this stuff, how are you building towards a future together when you get to spend your money on what you want to spend it on and they get to spend their money on whatever that they want to spend it on? Now, if you want to say, oh, well, we have a bucket for investments and a bucket for savings, that's fine. I get it. The bottom line is, though, you got married to work together as a team. I don't know how you work together as a team working separately.
I think, too, like, I feel like people discount how, you know, everybody, generational wealth or whatever. I feel like people discount how much wealth building marriage can
I was just about to say
be.
that marriage is a wealth building tool. Get lower taxes. There's 2 people working together in one household. It's a group project. I don't get it. I do get it though, because people are scared of getting played. People are selfish and people don't want to be held accountable. That's really what it boils down to. Right. But y'all really got to deal with y'all childhood trauma, because a lot of the reasons why y'all don't want to be accountable or you feel like that you're going to quote unquote be controlled is because you grew up in a household with very strict parents or over authoritative parents that you felt like that you really had no freedom to do what you wanted to do.
And some people, I ain't even gonna lie, some people enjoy flexing on their own partner.
That's true.
And it's weird to see.
It's super weird. That's your partner. Crazy.
It's very weird to see. And sometimes I see some people that get in relationships and it seems like they always get in a relationship with somebody who makes less than them. And I feel like it gives them, they feel more in control and they feel more valued.
Have more power.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about women too. I ain't talking about just men.
No, I've seen that.
Because men, you know, a lot of times
do
men
it too.
Men definitely do it.
But women do it too.
But
I've seen women do it too.
that I'm like, why are you always dating down?
Because they were told, or they have this thought in their mind that whoever makes the money makes the rules.
Yeah, and is in control.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, now all of a sudden they leaving and you broke and you didn't have nothing without me. You knew that when you got with them, but you thought that they was gonna be hooked and anchored to you because of your money. And I feel like it's the same thing that men be doing.
What's that song? Somebody's like, I made you. What's that song? Oh gosh, what song is that? Was it LaToya Luckett? No. It'll come to mind. It'll come to mind.
But yeah, no.
But that sentiment of like, I made you, like, what was it like? How did it go? Like,
they think it's gonna keep them around.
That I gave you swag. Like what
and that was LaToya Luckett.
Was it?
I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, Torn. Wasn't it Torn?
No, it wasn't Torn.
No, not Torn. It was
I can't. It's in my head. Though. I'm gonna listen to it in the car.
I gave you swag and a duffel bag or something like that.
Yeah.
Now, why you want to act like that?
Yeah,
song.
that one.
What song that? Oh, God, what song is that? I can hear it in my head. I just don't know the name of it.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah, y'all, look, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. That song is exactly what you're talking about.
It's like, why? You want to build a dude, you know what I mean? Because you think that he's going to feel ingratiated with you and stay because you built them up. Like, ma'am.
And they think that that's going to buy them loyalty.
Yeah. It's like, nah, he gonna come up and move on. He gonna take everything he can get and keep it pushing.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Woo, we be manipulating and we be trying to control people and then get mad because then you get played.
Or the manipulation didn't work. It's a sad time that we in. I feel like on both ends. And just
is it regret?
Yeah, you gonna regret the day you left me or something like that.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A fool.
Oh man, y'all trying to buy love out here in these streets, man. It don't work like that. Y'all know what we talking about. It's them nurses that be making all that money, be trying to control niggas.
Not the nurses.
It be the traveling nurses too.
They got coin.
You be out of town trying to tell niggas what they gonna do.
They got coin too, for sure. But money can't buy character, so it's always gonna come.
Money can't buy love either. Y'all, it ain't gonna work, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Ain't gonna tell you. But all right, well, this was a good episode, man. I think we're gonna call this one of them song names, either Meet the Family or Family Matters, something like that. I don't know what
I like Family Matters.
I think Family Matters would be dope.
That's gonna be the one.
Family Matters would be dope. And look, and y'all gonna stop playing my man Carl Winslow, man. That man was not messing around with Diddy, man. Y'all mishandled that quote so bad. I felt so mad when I saw that. I'm like, yeah. All right. Episode 69 is in the books.
We back, y'all.
I'm back with another 2-hour episode talking about nothing.
Just talking. But if y'all still here, thank you for staying with us.
Thank you for staying with us. All those that at work, the truck drivers, everybody that's listening because y'all gotta listen to us. But we appreciate y'all. We gonna holler at y'all at a different tip. Hopefully by the next time we talk, it ain't another 5 more diss tracks that we gotta break down.
Yeah, we probably gonna go live. So
because I ain't doing no lyrical breakdown, man.
Be looking for the lives. Be looking for the live because I feel like when we come back, since we bi-weekly, it be too long. We gotta go live, especially if Drake drop again.
And the way these niggas dropping, they're gonna be a whole nother album. They're gonna be a whole diss track album. All right, y'all, we out.
We out.